Gerard Anderson, the future of the heavyweight division, the man that beat up Tyson Fury in sparring, is now fighting against seasoned veteran Jerry Forrest. You won't be hearing my voice, but our guest, the return of the J. Roos theory. He'll be in the house in a moment, giving you his thoughts on this heavyweight clash. Stay right there with BWTM Sports. Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to BWTM Sports again. We have in the house with us now J. Roos Theory. Let's see if I can bring him in. Oh, and the screen's not there. Bring him in. He's there. Well, let's bring you in here, bro. Hold on, brother. There we go.
All right.
Shall we get you there? Shall we get you there, or shall we get you like this? No, let's get you like maybe like that. Right, I don't want myself. I need to get myself off there and get you in there. So if I do that there,
okay.
No, we don't want that. I'm gonna work. We're gonna get there.
All right.
I'm trying to get you with the. Yeah, let's get you here. I'm still trying to work out how to work this thing out. Anyway, let's just get you on the camera first. Okay, how are you doing, bro?
Hey, man, I'm doing great. Just wondering why we can't get the big fights that we want to see, but you know, I guess maybe this Jared Anderson fight will send us into 2023 with some hope.
Absolutely, absolutely. So for people who don't know who you are, let people know where you are and what you're about.
Right now I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, but originally from San Diego, California. I grew up in California. Got the straight out of San Diego shirt behind me. There you go, is what we call it. I used to box at heavyweight, not professional or anything, not even amateur, but I used to box under Archie Moore's son, Billy Moore, in Southeast San Diego. So that was a nice experience. And I just always gravitated towards boxing. I love everything about boxing.
San Diego is a brilliant place. I spent some time there.
Okay.
Yeah, I see a few stories about it. Obviously, maybe off air, maybe not so much on air, but we can definitely talk about San Diego. Beautiful place. Hooters. Hooters. I remember watching Roy Jones Jr. against Clinton Woods live.
Oh, that's where you saw it?
Yeah. So the entertainment. I was the only time watching boxing I've been so distracted.
Oh, I see.
It was very distracting. It was a welcome distraction, but yeah, still, you know, Clinton Woods was fighting for the world title against Roy Jones, and I don't know if I was impressed with the hand speed of Roy Jones or what was walking past my table each and every time. Yeah, the Hooters experience is one that, mildly speaking, it's one that, it's best to go as a single man to Hooters. The food is.
I got a buddy that went there, and boy, man, he comes back and he's just all teeth and just grinning ear to ear.
Yeah. Hooters is it's an amazing place. It is. But not really a great place to go if you want to go and watch a boxing bout and you want to be focused on that boxing bout. It's you can get easily distracted.
A lot going on.
Absolutely. So let's talk. So the preview. Let's get this up. I can share the screen. Can I share the screen? Is the share screen coming up? Bang! There we go. So if you could preview the fight for us.
Okay. Yeah. It looks like Jared Anderson's battling Jerry Forrest. Anderson is 12 wins, all 12 coming by knockout, and I think he's I don't think he's looking past Jerry Forrest. I think he knows he's a formidable opponent, but he was saying in an interview that Deontay Wilder, I think he wants to fight Wilder eventually, and Wilder said that if he beats someone like Jared Anderson, it doesn't do anything for him. And Anderson says that he disagrees because, you know, of his skill level, plus he's hungry. So a fighter coming up is always somebody that can make you look good because he's the next crop. It's like when Lennox Lewis fought Michael Grant. Michael Grant was the next guy coming up, and he
Yes, it
disposed of
was.
him in tremendous fashion. So I agree with Jared. I think, you know, I think if he fought Wilder, win, lose, or draw, people would want to see it. But
Okay.
you know, he has to first get past Forrest, who's not an easy guy to beat. He had a draw with Michael Hunter. So and before that, I had never seen Forrest fight, but you know, he gave Michael Hunter fits. Did you ever see that fight?
I just saw that fight. I saw Forrest fight recently against the guy that DILLIAN White fought the other day.
Oh, I'm trying to.
Forgot his name. Can you imagine you forgot his name? The guy that only fought 2 weeks ago. I forgot his name.
Yeah,
What is his name? Jesus, this is and he's a heavyweight. It's terrible.
yeah, I just drew a blank myself.
I can see the guy, and every time I look at him, he reminds me of one of the guys from Boys to Men. The one with dark shade, all
Oh,
glasses.
Jermaine Franklin. Yeah.
Jermaine Frank, is he?
Yeah,
I said
yeah,
Boys
yeah.
to Men. You said Jermaine
Yeah.
Franklin. He looks like
Right.
one of the singers from. He looks like one of the singers from Boys to Men with dreads now. Yeah.
That's what he. I guess that's what he does on his when he's not training. He's making R&B songs.
That's terrible,
Yeah,
isn't it? That's
I don't know how I forgot his name, but I thought he
forgot
actually,
either.
what's that?
I thought he beat DILLIAN White personally.
That's what I thought. I thought he at least won or got enough to earn a draw, but you know,
Yeah. He's in England, and it didn't look. He didn't bode well for DILLIAN White
no.
to get beat by Jermaine Franklin. It wouldn't have done DAZN any favors either.
Oh no.
So
Do you think Dillian has much left in the tank, or do
no,
you think he's pretty much done?
he's done. He's
Yeah,
done.
that's what I think too. I think he's
What,
finished.
what did you make of the Daniel Dubois fight?
Yeah, that was that. And I was reading other people's comments. That was a bit suspect because what was his name?
Laria, Kevin.
Yeah, for him to knock Dubois down and then kind of take his foot off the gas, and I heard Dubois went down. Yeah, it's like that was even Frank Warren was doing some stuttering after the fight. Like, I don't know.
He was doing a stutting with his typical shoulder roll. You know, Frank's got a good shoulder roll himself. You know, through the years, Frank has a good shoulder roll. You know, do me a favor. Comes with a shoulder roll. You know, the shoulder roll and a shoulder roll, and do me a favor.
Right.
So I don't know. I like Frank. I don't pick on Frank. I like Frank. I don't like Eddie, but I like Frank. I've always liked Frank.
Oh yeah, he's been around a long time.
Yeah, class. I like Frank. I mean, I don't get paid by Frank Warren, you know, and I've heard fighters don't get paid on time. That's not my business. But in terms of quality as a promoter and what he's done and what he's achieved, you can't put Eddie Hearn in the same league as Frank Warren. Never. No chance.
Frank Warren's an OG in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell me, let's go back to this Jared Anderson fight. What impresses you about Jared Anderson? Because to me, I'm not impressed with him. I think he's okay. But are America that desperate for a heavyweight? Because he's okay. He's decent. He's good. But I don't see anything that's wow. I mean, he's knocking guys out that he should knock out. So, like, okay. So you're knocking guys out you should be knocking out.
Yeah.
And?
Well, I for one, I just like the fact that he looks like a fighter. Like a lot of our heavyweights I think Tyson Fury said it best. He said a lot of the American heavyweights are lazy. A lot of our guys now look like they train maybe 2 days a month. And I'm like, if this is your only job, like, why are you not training? And like the psychological effect of looking across the ring and seeing a guy that looks sloppy. I mean, Jared Anderson looks like a fighter for one.
He
And
does.
I like the fact that he's very busy. You know, he lets his hands go. He doesn't just sit there and pose or,
Yeah,
you
but
know,
he's busy now fighting guys he can beat up on. Will he be as busy when somebody hits him back on the chin hard brings him into a battle? Is he going to be that hungry to want to still fight that much? It's all right being hungry to fight when you're beating up on people, but now when
yeah,
people start throwing punches back and tagging you and the
that's
levels go
true.
up, are you so hungry to, you know? I
That's
remember
what I'm curious to see. I'm curious to see how he takes a shot from a strong heavyweight.
exactly. You remember Anthony Joshua? He was regular fighting all the time, and
Yeah.
then he fought the Klitschko fight, and he said after the Klitschko fight, he said that was the hardest fight of his career, and he never wants to be in a fight like that again.
Wow.
And that's what he said then. And he'd only just become world champion. So you tell me.
Wow. That explains a lot though, because Joshua seems a bit gun shy after that fight. Like he doesn't want to get in too many exchanges. That
Well,
says a
yeah,
lot.
it does. It does. So Gerald Henderson, we do know the heavyweight division is notorious for building guys up and then they get hit on the chin and get knocked out. I mean, like in any division, but the heavyweight division, when they go down real hard. So,
Right.
I mean, I'm not hating, but I'm not
You're not
backslapping.
convinced.
No, and raising the All-American flag and getting all patriotic and you know, a star
We're
spangled.
desperate over here, Ingram. We're
Yeah,
desperate.
I know you're desperate, but you know, Jared Anderson for me, he's not the man yet. So people
Yeah.
talking like he's the second coming of Muhammad Ali and stuff, and he beat Tyson Fury up in sparring. And yeah, okay, fine, sure. I don't know. You know, I need to see a bit more. You
Yeah.
know, I do need to see a bit more. He's one of these guys that, I mean, Jared Anderson. He reminds me of. There's another guy who fights like him, who, even though they are trying to be defensively responsible, they still have gaps in their defense. Oh, that's it. Boots Ennis. Boots
Okay.
Ennis and Jared
Uh-huh.
Anderson, I think, fight similar in
Okay.
terms of the way they set up their attacks and like they're built as guys who are defensively responsible, but they're still getting hit. And he gets hit for me at B level, C level. He's still getting hit, tagged with shots. I don't like it. That's the one thing I don't like about Jared Anderson. And in the heavyweight division, and you're getting hit, and you're meant to be a defensively, or your setup is that you're defensive, or not defensive, but you can defend, or you have some awareness, some defensive awareness about you. The fact that you're getting hit with punches by guys that are, no disrespect, but known entities, what's going to happen with a guy who's coming to fight and really wants to put it on you? So
Yeah.
Jerry Forrest should bring about should answer some questions. You know, if
Right.
Jared Anderson is the big puncher that he says he is, or he's advertised as, then we need to see if he can drop or stop Forrest. Not many people stop Forrest. So there's that there. The other thing is, Forrest has shown himself to be quite durable. Forrest can also go the distance. So let's see what Anderson does when he lands a good shot, and Forrest soaks it up and keeps coming and throws shots back. And if he gets into a war and Forrest starts pinning back, what happens then? So these questions you want it answered, and Americans need their questions answered, but they need the questions answered definitively. They need Anderson to respond without no shaky legs. They need Anderson to respond in kind and vicious, and a vicious knockout of Forrest is what the Americans I'm not being funny, but they desperately need that if they're going to pin their hopes on Anderson the way they're pinning their hopes on him. Do you understand?
Absolutely.
I'm speaking on the perspective of America. I'm not even bloody American, but hey, it's your floor. It's your floor, mate. Go ahead.
Oh no, hey, you're totally right. I mean, our heavyweights down here, they either get into football or basketball, and I don't know. I don't know if they just don't want to put in the work or if they think it's too hard to climb up the ladder.
They smart.
No, it isn't. It isn't.
If you're getting paid, if you're going to get paid triple the amount of money not to get your head smashed in and still get great chicks, well,
yeah.
Wouldn't you go and play basketball or go and play? The American football may be a bit more dangerous.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
Yeah. But but the basketball, hey, come on.
Yeah, our NFL players down here are dropping like flies. Like my favorite team, the Chargers, we have the most hurt players in the whole league. Like every week somebody's going down. We barely even have a team now.
Wow.
So it's like I wish some of these big guys would start getting into boxing, man, because I mean, we're so desperate for heavyweights that, you know, they could make a name for themselves pretty quickly if they start to get some wins under them. Did you see that fight with matter of fact, speaking of American heavyweights, did you see that fight on DAZN with Hasim Rahman Jr. versus Hardy?
Absolute disgrace. Absolute disgrace. Why would Hasim Rahman Jr. allow himself to get embarrassed like that? I mean, why would you even fight on a card like that? You're the son of Hasim Rahman, a Hall of Famer, and you've got to put yourself on a card like that with some. I mean, it's just embarrassing. Embarrassing.
I mean,
I hope you got paid well for it.
And he talked a gang of trash at the press conference.
He talked some real rubbish. And now you think about Jake Paul, and you think yourself,
Yeah, makes you wonder what would have happened.
This guy. Yeah, Jake Paul might beat this guy.
Yeah, he might. He really might. Because I mean, before that, Rockman's son got knocked out by Tommy Morrison's son.
What?
Yeah, Tommy Morrison's son. He has two sons that fight, and one of them knocked Hasim Rahman Jr. out before this fight.
Dear. Oh dear.
So he might be on the downside of his career already. I think he's talking about moving down to cruiserweight because he's not really that big as far as heavyweights go today.
Well, why doesn't he fight a Bridgerweight then? Forget cruiserweight, fight a Bridgerweight.
Yeah, he needs to because the guy he just lost to, Hardy, is like 300 some pounds.
But why did he fight Hardy in the first place?
I wish I knew. I guess DAZN was desperate for a circus act. And have a heavyweight fight a guy that's 300 pounds.
I would not have advised that. If I was his manager, say, listen, fight a guy that's smaller than you. For God's sake, don't go and fight a guy 300 pounds. And he seemed to have decent hands in him, that guy as well.
Yeah, he was actually Team Tyson was backing him before when he was in the mixed martial arts.
Yeah, he was decent. Had some decent hands in him. Took a decent shot and can fight a bit. Yeah,
he had some hand speed to, you know, I've never seen a guy at 300 pounds with that much speed. Well, maybe the other Big Baby Miller, Baby Miller, but he was juiced up.
I wouldn't mind watching that guy fight some pro fights. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't mind. I'd look at him.
Yeah, I think he's getting into boxing because he was doing well in mixed martial arts, but once guys started grappling and doing kicks, I think that was too much. So I think he's coming into boxing. He should fight someone like Big Baby Miller, the other Big Baby. He should fight him. He could fight Jared Anderson.
What about him fighting DILLIAN WHYTE?
Yeah, DILLIAN WHYTE. Yeah. Yeah, I think. I don't know.
I don't know if DILLIAN WHYTE's a favorite in that one, to be honest.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I don't even know if I was wondering, did DILLIAN WHYTE get rid of Harold the Shadow Knight?
He did, and he brought in Buddy McGirt.
Oh wow! So yeah, when Buddy came in, I guess he took. Oh wow!
But he did. The thing for me that made never sense, he never utilized Harold the Shadow Knight the way he should have done, in my opinion. He should have used him better. He had an inexperienced trainer in his corner, in Xavier Miller, and he had Harold the Shadow Knight, who was far more experienced, but used Harold the Shadow Knight as a second. I don't get that. Xavier Miller should have been the second. Harold the Shadow Knight should have been the cornerman, and Xavier should have got some more experience that way.
Yeah.
DILLIAN WHYTE for you. I mean, he did what he did, so it's his business. Your thoughts on Fury and Usyk?
Well, I hear they might be fighting the 23rd of February or March. I think for now I'm going to go with Fury, but it's not going to be easy. I think it'll be 12 rounds.
Okay.
I wouldn't be shocked either way though if Usyk could outpoint him, but I think Usyk will have his hands full with the reach of Fury.
Okay.
I think he'll be busier than Fury, but I don't think he'll land more than Fury.
But Joe Joyce has got as long a reach as Fury, hasn't he?
That's a good point. Yeah, he does.
He hits harder than Fury.
Definitely. Yeah, and Usyk, but back when Usyk fought Joyce, Joyce was real green at that point.
Sure. But Usyk was quite still small at that point as well.
Yeah.
So but then, and again, Usyk's not as experienced as he is now, and he's also fought Anthony Joshua. So, you know,
I think even Lennox Lewis told Tyson Fury like that Usyk is no pushover. Like you better come in the ring at your best. Don't take him lightly just because you know he's a lot smaller. You know, what I mean that could be a nightmare for you if you underestimate Usyk.
well, I don't know. I'm swaying towards Usyk for this fight.
Are you?
I don't think Tyson does great against southpaws. And if Otto Volley calls him all them problems, can you imagine what Usyk could do?
Right. Yeah.
Otto Volley is nowhere. When we talked about Otto Volley when he fought Tyson Fury, nobody rated Otto Volley. They expected Tyson to blow him out in a couple of rounds.
Yeah.
And what happened? He almost beat Tyson Fury.
Yeah, cut him up and everything.
It was the last fight Tyson Fury was with Ben Davison. So,
was that it? Maybe that's why. Yeah. Maybe that's why he got rid of Ben Davidson because that fight was too close.
Yeah. So, you know, we'll see. He said that Tyson Fury's dad said that he lost too much weight. But you look at Tyson now; he's big, strong, almost 19 stone now. So there's a difference.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like I think Andy Ruiz fights better when he's heavier. I don't think he's as good when he tries to look like a Mr. Universe.
Yeah, that's a psychological thing of Andy, which I've spoken about a few times on the channel. He's had some issues with body shaming in the past, so that's where that comes from. You know.
Right.
So, question: where is Dominic Brazil? Where is F.A. Jagba?
Wow. Yeah, I think when Deontay Wilder KO'd Brazil, I think he psychologically left the game, and I think he might have had one fight since that Wilder fight, but I didn't see.
He beat somebody. He beat somebody since then. He beat somebody.
Yeah. I didn't see it. Did you?
No, but he beat somebody.
Yeah. I don't think Brazil will ever be. I think he'll be like a journeyman for people like Anderson and you know, maybe F.A. Jagba. Yeah, I thought a Jagba was going to be much more of a force, but he seems to be too predictable. He's just kind of a 1-2 fighter. He doesn't have like a whole lot of. He doesn't know how to mix it up.
Yep. You're right. What did you make of Joe Joyce's performance against Joe Parker?
Oh my gosh, I thought that was probably the best I've seen Joyce. He looked fast. He looked like the younger guy of the two.
There you go. I call them the young George. I call them the British George Foreman. Your thoughts?
Right. Yeah. He's like the British George Foreman. I mean, you need about 2 10 by. You need like a aluminum bat and a 2x4 to hurt this guy. I mean, his whole defense is just walking through your punches. He's like, whatever, just hit me. I'm coming anyway. And Joseph Parker had never been beaten like that before. He beat him like
he hasn't. I would tell Joshua to stay clear of Joe Joyce. Stay clear of him.
Right.
Stay clear. I mean, even Tyson Fury would say to him, "Listen, don't take that fight, bro. Just swerve that fight."
I understand when they fought before. When Joyce fought Joshua in the amateurs, I think Joyce said it was just a quick stoppage. I think he said he wasn't even hurt.
Round. Yeah, stopped in the first round. Yeah.
Is there footage of that?
I haven't seen it. Joshua says that he'll do it again. Joshua's full of crap. He couldn't. He wouldn't dare try and do it again.
Nah, I don't think Joyce. I don't even think Deontay Wilder could knock out Joyce. I think Joyce would just smile at him.
That fight is a fight I would avoid for Joyce because of Wilder's supreme speed. If Joyce closes the range, yes. If he doesn't close the range and he allows Wilder to come out fast. And look, when them fast right hands go, it's the punch you see is you don't see the one that knocks you out.
Right.
And it's the punch that Joyce doesn't see the one I'm nailing.
I just don't. I've never seen. Most I thought I seen Joyce hurt was against Dubois. I thought he got hurt a little bit in that fight, but he seems to recover fast.
Jennings hurt him the most.
Oh, Jennings hurt him?
Yeah, body shots.
Oh.
Jennings doubled him up. Yeah, body shots. That's where his weakness is.
So that's his weak point. Maybe, maybe people need to go to his body. Everyone's going for the chin. Maybe his body, you have to shut that down first.
Yeah, because he doubled up against Jennings. He really did.
Oh.
Fight.
You know what? I'm gonna have to pull that fight up tonight.
Go back and watch it. It was a good fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was still talking to Bright Jennings around that time. He's another one just falling off the face of the earth.
Yeah, I was like, what happened to him?
Yeah. He spent time sparring with Derek Chisora as a sparring partner. And he kind of fell off the earth. I don't know what happened to him. Thought he was a good heavyweight. I really did.
Yeah. I think America's had too much luxuries, and we don't have the eye of the tiger anymore. It's like too much easy living can make you soft in the ring. The toughest fighters come from the hard parts of the globe. So luxury doesn't promote good fighters. So I think that's what's happened to the American heavyweights. Too much social media, too much fast foods, too much womanizing.
So dear. Do you know anything about Fabio Wardley by any chance?
Fabio Wardley? No. Is he an up and comer?
Yeah, you need to watch him. He's got a viciousness about him, and he can punch you with the hand.
Where's he from?
UK knocked out Nathan Gorman to become British heavyweight champion.
Oh, I heard about that then. So I need to check that out.
Check it out. He punched you with both hands. If he doesn't get caught as much, it seems like when you hit him, that's when he wakes up, and that's when he starts throwing big bombs. Yeah, he's vicious. He's nasty. He's managed by DILLIAN White. Yeah, Fabio Wardley, check him out.
He's managed by DILLIAN?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Same as Alan Babbage. He's managed by DILLIAN as well.
Oh, wow. Yeah, DILLIAN better get into the management game because I don't think he's
got much left.
I think somebody, if he keeps fighting, I think somebody's going to hurt him pretty badly. I think I was surprised he took some of them shots from Franklin because Franklin was throwing from the ankles.
He was. What did you make of Fury's fight with Chisora? Poor Chisora.
Yeah, I knew before that fight, Chisora. I mean, I like the fact that Chisora just loves fighting and he'll fight anybody, but I don't even think he thought he was going to win that fight. But he actually lasted longer with Fury than DILLIAN did, which is amazing. I was like, wow, that looks bad on DILLIAN for Chisora to come in there and go 10 rounds.
But between DILLIAN and Chisora, DILLIAN got hit with one shot. Chisora got hit with it was ugly. I actually prayed the referee came and stopped the fight. That's how bad it was. I was hoping his corner would have said, you know what, Derek, no more. The fight another day. Now they talk about fighting Zhang. Oh my gosh.
Oh no, please don't.
See that. I do not want to see that.
No, I don't want Chisora to end up, eating soup for the rest of his life.
He needs to retire, seriously, because it's sort of taken clean.
Yeah. Yeah, he's one of those tough guys that you almost have to make some laws or something to make him stop fighting because he's not going to stop. I mean, he loves a good brawl, man. Yeah. He's got that old school mentality when fighters used to have 20 fights a year.
Yeah, he's one of them. He's one of them ones.
Yeah.
What's your take on the UK and Europe having the heavyweight division again, the heavyweight titles, or as an American looking out?
Yeah, man, I think Lennox Lewis kind of got that going because I think once they saw the success of him and how he just came through and blew out all the American heavyweights, I think that motivated the next generation, the next crop of fighters. So I think that inspired them. And I've always been a fan of the UK fighters. Like Lennox Lewis was is my favorite fighter of all time. So
Wow.
the boxing started over there, so I guess it's only right that they take back what's theirs. And it's a lesson to the American fighters. You know,
Yeah.
they got to train hard, they got to eat right, they got to live the life. You can't just fight on fight night. You have to live like a fighter outside of the ring, and I don't think they're doing it. I mean, you see how Riddick Bowe built the kitchen in his bedroom. I mean, what fighter would build a kitchen in his bedroom? I mean, it's just a matter of discipline, and it seems like we ain't got it over here.
So Lennox would say, you know, ridiculous Bowe.
Oh yeah, I used to. He call him ridiculous Bowe, chicken Bowe.
You know, I'm gonna knock out chicken Bowe. You know.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Yeah. On that point of Lennox Lewis and chicken Bowe, do you think that Errol Spence and Crawford's can end up the same way?
Yeah, matter of fact, that's just what I was thinking of, because Lewis and Bowe took so long to fight that Oliver McCall stepped in and got that win against Lewis, and the fight never happened. But that's what's going to happen here if these guys keep playing around. And I've kind of lost interest in even waiting for them to fight. I'm like, it's taking so long. It's like I don't even care if they fight anymore.
Who is it? What's your thoughts on Frank Sanchez?
Yeah, I think he's going to be a threat to everybody, because he's puts out he has a nice pace about himself, and he's constantly moving and throwing punches. He's tricky, and I think he's a southpaw. Yeah. Isn't he a southpaw?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he the next Luis Ortiz? Like, he looks good, but when he steps up, he's not that good. Or do you think he'd be better than Luis Ortiz?
I think he'll be better. I think his chin's better than Luis Ortiz. Not that I've seen him take a tremendous amount of shots, but I think his chin might be a little bit better. And I think his stamina might be a little better too. But who knows, once he gets hit by one of the top guys. Well, although he took Epic Jagba's punch, I forgot about that.
What are your thoughts on AJ? AJ teaming up with Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah, I don't. I heard the other day that he's not actually getting with Roy. I've heard that he was, and then I heard he wasn't. But I don't think that would be a match.
Oh no! You know what I mean?
I don't think he needs any more middleweights or anybody training him. I think he needs James Bashir. He needs a guy that's worked with heavyweights that has a track record. I don't think Roy will be showing him how to do these, because Roy wasn't a conventional fighter himself. He would do, unorthodox things. What's he going to do? Tell Joshua to walk around with his hands down? And
Can you imagine? Can you imagine Roy Jones teaching Joshua that?
Yeah, just keep your hands down, clown around for a couple rounds. Like, nah, that ain't gonna work at the heavyweights, man.
Put your hands behind your back against the Wilder.
Right, yeah, put your hands behind your back. Yeah. Can you imagine AJ doing that against Joe Joyce, putting his hands behind his back?
No, do it against Deontay Wilder. Do it against Deontay Wilder. Sit in the ring, hands behind your back. Sit against the rope, put your hands behind your back.
Oh my goodness! Roy was notorious for doing things like that. So when I heard that, I was like, no.
You can imagine a montage now of instead of Roy Jones doing that, like you could see AJ trying to do the same out, that the whole can't be touched. Doing this.
That would be a disaster, man. That would be. I mean, they probably would fire Roy in the locker room after that. Like, man, just get your stuff and get out, dude. Just take it to the parking lot, homie. Yeah, that would be a disaster.
Hey, does Roy Jones.
Yeah. Oh my goodness! Can you imagine all the YouTube channels that would be or going at AJ hard after that. It'd be like, did he really put his hands down? Did we just see that? Oh, that would not be a good look.
You know what I mean? I'm a throwback. I'm a throwback. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not a 12-round fighter, but I'm a throwback.
Yeah. Man.
Oh dear.
That would not be a good look. Not at all. I mean, Roy just got away with those kind of things because he was so talented and so fast. But if you don't have that kind of speed,
no.
And it came back to betray Roy later on in his career. Once he fought Antonio Tarver, I mean, he was never the same.
Never the same. So maybe not. So who do you think AJ would go with then? You know who I thought AJ could go with? Mark Tibbs. That? Mark Tibbs of the UK.
Okay, yeah, he could.
Tibbs is a good trainer.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that would be a good choice. Yeah, he needs someone in there that knows how to deal with the big guys, man. Because
Tibbs is all right. I mean, actually, Dillian had his best run under Mark Tibbs.
Right. Why did Dillian get rid of him?
I think it's because Dillian wanted to be in Portugal. Tibbs wanted to stay in the UK.
Oh, I see.
You know, most of these things always end up because of money at the end. You know, let's be honest. That's what mainly the issues are. So,
right.
There you go. So the career of Anthony Joshua. What next? They say now Joshua won't be ready to fight Wilder in March because he's getting his training team together. Flip what?
Yeah, this training thing, man. I wish he would just get Lewis. I wish they'd squash their beef, and I know Lewis trained. What's that? David Price.
I would not touch Lennox Lewis as a trainer as a barge pole. I really wouldn't. Well, look at the two guys he touched. He touched Manuel Shah and he touched David Price. David Price for Tony Thompson. Lewis has got no experience fighting southpaws. You saw what happened there.
I see what you're saying.
Then Lennox was with the great Manuel Shah, and Manuel Shah got smashed to bits by Breeders. Really? I don't know about that. You know,
maybe Lewis had a game plan. Like maybe I'll go in there and tell him something to get knocked out, so that'll make me look more special. Like, see how good I was.
I try to chat to that boy. And he didn't listen. So
right.
It's not my problem. It's not my problem. I told him what to do, and he didn't listen. So what do you want me to do?
I couldn't go in there and fight for him, or
No,
but that's true. Some fighters can take good direction, but not know how to,
to direct.
necessarily teach it.
I wouldn't ask Lennox Lewis to direct me from here to the photo shop. So no. Some guys would make good trainers. I mean, there's a clip of Deontay Wilder and Lennox Lewis showing Deontay Wilder how to throw the jab. Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Yeah, I saw that when they're in that parking lot. Yeah,
because he did that, everyone's like, "Oh yeah, Lennox would make a great trainer." Flipping, I could do that. Hey, just get your hand here and do that. I mean, it's because it's Lennox Lewis and he's the former undisputed heavyweight champion of the world doing that. But any clown, honestly, who knows boxing or knows how to throw a jab or is a trainer could stand up there and do that. But because it's Lennox Lewis, and he was a great heavyweight, so it's like, oh, great heavyweight, automatically great trainer. It doesn't work like that.
It doesn't always translate.
And you have to.
And he showed Deontay how to jab, and Deontay still doesn't jab like that. He still doesn't do it. I haven't seen him do that one fight where he keeps his hand close to their face, and I have never seen him do that.
Well, okay, look at the fighters Lennox's advice or Audley Harrison.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I told Audley, keep away from the women. There's plenty of time for that. There's plenty of time for that. Focus on boxing. Focus on boxing. But that boy didn't listen. And then, Anthony Joshua, he didn't listen. He called me a clown. Who's the clown now? Undisputed.
Who's the clown?
And this David Price, what a big, what a waste of time, I told that guy to come to Canada. He didn't want to come to Canada. Not my problem. He got knocked out. Not my problem. And that's what Mo Shah, he couldn't box anyway. So again, not my problem. I just took the money,
Yeah. Yeah, I said I was a pugilist specialist, never said I was a trainer specialist.
Undisputed. No guy seen.
No guy testing.
What about your resume as a trainer, Lennox? Well, let's not talk about that, Let's talk about chicken bowl instead. Or only field.
Yeah. I don't know. I saw that. I was trying to think. There was another fighter that tried to be a trainer and it didn't work. I don't know. Some guys, they know to absorb, what they're taught, but they don't know how to teach it to someone else.
Lennox is the commentator, right? That's Lennox. Who do you think is going to win the fight? Well, you got two guys in the ring and they're boxing beautifully. One's got to win and one's got to lose unless we get a draw and then we'll get a rematch. So it's up in the air. It's 50-50. But Lennox, who do you think is going to win the fight? It's a pick 'em, Lennox, who's winning the fight at the moment? Well, one guy's hitting one guy, and the other guy's hitting the other guy back. It's a tough fight. Right. So can you imagine him being a trainer? I don't, some guys you just know, no.
I think he tries to give political answers sometimes. Like he doesn't want to seem like he's favoring some. George Foreman used to do that, and it would irritate me. Like when I listened to George announce, he would contradict himself so much. I was like, dude, he would say 1 minute the guy doesn't know how to jab, then like 3 rounds later, I love his jab. I'm like, dude, like, wow, man.
Big George. Whoa, Big George. Yeah. I remember when George fought when Lennox fought Briggs.
Oh wow, yeah, that was
and then Briggs hit George saw Lennox hit Briggs and he laid him out flat, and George went woo.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember that. And like when he hit Michael Grant, he said he broke his leg. I was like, that's some knockout. You break somebody's leg, man. That he broke his leg. Because you remember how Grant fell real awkward, he landed on his leg or something.
George, and I remember talking about De La Hoya. He talked about De La Hoya and his shoulders being so big.
I remember that. He said he had heavyweight shoulders. Yeah.
Heavyweight shoulders? What? On a welterweight? What?
George was classic, man. He would say some things. He said when he was announcing the Riddick Bowe Larry Donald fight, and he said something about Larry Donald was doing good, and Larry Merchant said, "How so, George? Like, please explain." Like, I can't wait to hear this one. Like he's like losing every round, and George is like, no, he still got a chance. How so, George? Merchant could not stay. I could tell Merchant would get frustrated sometimes.
I don't think he liked George. I bet he tried to keep it professional.
Yeah, because they kind of got into an argument after the I think it was after the Lewis Akinwande fight. They kind of were going back and forth.
I
think it was about Don King because they were going at it. I was like, wow.
I was suggesting that Joe Joyce meet George Foreman. I'd love to see the two meet and get photos with George and Joe. I think that would work really well. That
would be nice. That would be very nice.
And then get Joe to shave off all his hair, go Bulls, right? No more press conferences, and wear George's old shorts. The red and blue shorts. Yeah.
Or he could grow the old school Foreman afro.
Fight 4 guys in one night.
Oh, did you see that? I saw that a couple years ago. That was hilarious.
It was. Do you know something else? If you ever get a chance, check out Lennox Lewis being reunited with Riddick Bowe and watch how Lewis switches up. He goes to meet Bowe and he's mad. Like, because Bo wants to be friends with him, and he's mad, tensed up. And then afterwards, they go ask him, how do you feel about yourself and Riddick Bowe now? Yeah, we can be friends. You need to see that. I mean, it's absolutely comedy gold. When you get a chance, do check it out.
Wow.
Riddick Bowe,
is that the one when Riddick apologized to him?
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
That one, comedy gold.
Wow.
Lennox's facial expressions at first when Bo approached him, like he was ready to throw punches at Bo. You could see it in his face and his fists.
I was surprised Riddick did that because I mean he's had some pretty harsh stuff to say. I don't know. Maybe he watched that documentary about Lewis and started to like him more or something.
Maybe. I don't know. Bo's been going around. I don't even seen all of Bo's he's going around to all these celebrities now, been seen on his Instagram. Have you seen it?
No.
You need to go on Riddick Bo's. There's one in particular left. I must watch it about 50 times. It was with the Wayans brothers. And I don't know what Bo was doing. He stood next to the Wayans brother and he was trying to be funny with the Wayans brother.
Yeah.
And then the Wayans brother impersonated Riddick Bowe. He made Bo look so stupid.
He did it right there in front of him?
Right in front of him.
Oh my, I gotta see that. Oh, I have to see that.
So go look at it. It's one of Wayans brothers. And Riddick Bowe's got it on his Instagram. So he's got around and see all these different stars, like people in their prime stuff. Yeah. It's quite a sad thing to see, actually, because I remember Bo back in the day, and I tried to get an interview with Bo, and that was the time I was interviewing everybody. And Bo said to me, "Oh yeah, it's gonna cost you $100 to do the interview."
Oh wow! So he tried to charge you, huh?
I'm like, really, Bo? And yeah,
you could have offered him some KFC. He would have taken that.
I couldn't believe it at the time. I was shocked. And then later on, there's a story about him going to lose his house. So he did a GoFundMe. So I went on my channel and I did a whole appeal on it. Obviously, Bo's in a better place now. Yeah, Bo's in a better place now. Well, Bo's in a better place now. You never want to see people in a bad position or poor position. Even though he did what he did for me, still, I mean, he's still the former undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. He's still giving me some great nights of boxing and with some great laughs with him and Lennox and him and Jorge Luis.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah. So,
I guess Rock Newman's not doing anything for Bo. Rock Newman's got a YouTube channel like talking politics now, but I guess they're not
Newman. I like Rock Newman work with JOYCE.
Oh wow, that would be a good combo actually.
So
Rock Newman knows how to promote.
He does. JOYCE tells JOYCE, keep your freaking mouth shut. Don't talk.
Right. JOYCE is a terrible trash talker. Like his trash talking is like Disney.
Just don't talk.
Yeah.
Snarl, say I'll mess you up on fight night. That's the only way. I'll mess you up on fight night. That is it. Don't say anything else. And then
since he gets compared to George Foreman, he should do like the old Foreman. Like he just intimidated with his presence. He didn't talk much.
Yeah, absolutely. And let Rock Newman do all the trash talking.
I agree. That would be a good man. Yeah, I bet Rock Newman would be interested in that himself.
Yeah, if I ever went into boxing management and there was time and I had a good heavyweight, Rock Newman would be a guy I'd have next to the fighter. Definitely. Yeah.
Do you remember when Rock Newman pulled that guy out of the ring and they started kicking
Elijah Tillery, isn't it?
Right, yeah, Elijah Tillery, right.
Yeah, I remember the fight well. But the kick was flying and then Bo hit him and knocked him over the ropes. Yeah, they fought twice, They fought twice.
Oh, they fought twice?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that's when I was first watching Riddick Bowe. That, in fact, it was the first fight I saw of Riddick Bowe was that fight. That's how I got into Riddick Bowe. That fight.
Oh, wow. That was your first. Yeah. You notice a bunch of weird stuff would always happen at bull fights, riots, a parachute guy.
Yeah. He was going to get he would have got knocked out tonight when he fought Holyfield. At that point, he would have got knocked out before that parachute guy came in.
Oh yeah, he was getting it handed to him that night.
He was.
Yeah.
So you kind of wonder where
that was
parachute
the night Holyfield had Emmanuel Stewart.
Yeah, you kind of wonder where that parachute guy came from and whether that was a Rock Newman stunt or what, because if it wasn't for that parachute guy, Bo would have got finished. They wouldn't even be needed for a third fight because the beating would have been so bad.
It seems like something Newman would do too. Like, hey, if my guy's losing by the 6, I want you to just come out, just come invade the arena, and that'll give him like a 30-minute rest. that sounds like something he would do.
That was bizarre. The other most bizarre thing is Oliver McCall's chin or his head. What is that guy's chin made of?
Yeah, that dude. Yeah, his chin and Joe Joyce, man. Can you imagine them two fighting?
Yeah, but Oliver McCall, when he was walking around the ring, and the night he went mad with Lennox Lewis, and Lennox Lewis hit him with a right hand. And he was still walking around the ring.
I was at that fight.
And can you explain to me how McCall took those punches?
Yeah, he just had his hands down and was like, he was taking them like it was just swatting a gnat or something.
How do you do that,
man? Certain dudes just have like Joe Joyce said, they did a CAT scan of his head and he had like his bones are extra thick. So maybe Oliver McCall's got one of those thick skulls or something.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, I think he used to even give Tyson problems when they sparred Oliver McCall.
He dropped Tyson in sparring before either the Bruno fight or the Douglas fight.
Right, yeah, that's true. He did do that. He sure did.
He gave Tyson some real hard sparring. All right.
Yeah.
So to close up, Jay Roos, let people know where you're at. Let's bring you back on the screen.
Okay. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. First of all, appreciate it. Subscribe to the J Roos Theory, and I have another platform called in WJ. I kind of talk about everything, but mainly heavyweight boxing, and I cover the lower divisions if there's an exciting fight like Spence Crawford, if we ever get that. But thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe, like I said, and subscribe to my boy Ingram here on BWTM Sports and Gaming Class Act. And thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a good holiday coming up.
Bro, thank you so much. As always, it's a pleasure to have you on the show, and we'll chat soon.
Okay, man. Thanks for having me.
A pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, the J Roos Theory, make sure you get across, subscribe to this channel, and thank you all so much. Take care. Take care.